Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. There's I'd say a rather noteworthy, prominent XRP chart analyst out there who says that XRP is going to 15 cents if Bitcoin can't hold a particular support level. So I mapped out this video, and before recording, I just checked, and there's at least a blip where it went below that support level. So I found that fascinating. We'll see if this particular analysis is right as time passes. But of course, as it pertains to technical analysis, it's just more, it's not like it's a crystal ball saying so-and-so necessarily will happen. It's about the probability of potential outcomes. So I'm going to go through that. This video is all about price, and so I've got all sorts of opinions from different individuals. I do want to be clear at the outset that I do not offer financial advice. I have no financial background whatsoever. Just your everyday XRP community member who is enthusiastic. That's it. I like talking about this stuff. I think it makes for fun videos. But I'm not going to pretend to know the direction that price is going. I never make price predictions, so don't buy or sell because of anything that I say or anything included in this video. That is not the purpose of this. That'd be a stupid thing to do. All right. Before I go any further, if you would please delicately tap that like button, and if you are a fan of Ripple and XRP, my friend, you done came to the right spot. Go ahead and improve your life by subscribing to the Moon Lambo channel. If you do, all of your wildest dreams will likely come true. Now, the market cap for the crypto asset class is $188 billion. Bitcoin, $7,219, and XRP, as I record this, at 18.9 cents. And over the last 24 hours, mostly trading sideways. Take a look at this. So here's the first analyst. His name is Manu Naik, if I'm saying that right. And it's titled, XRP Short-Term Rise to 20.6 Cents Likely. All right. Now, after a 26% rise in the value between the 17th and 18th of September, XRP's 33% crash over the next 6 days shook the community, as the coin saw lows that last seen over 2 years ago. Despite a relatively impressive boost from 22 to more than 31 cents over the next month and a half, it's safe to say November was not kind to XRP. That's okay in terms of price. I think that's reasonable and fair to say. XRP touched another staggering 2-year low at 18 cents, post the near 44% decline over the 40 days since November 7th, and was valued at around 19 cents at the time of writing. So let's go down here. I don't want to go through all the technical stuff because, look, I make these videos for people who are like me, who want to understand the opinions of technical analysis, but the individual that make the observations and say, let us know what the probabilities are in terms of potential outcomes. I want to know that stuff. And so I'm making videos for people like that who don't necessarily care to learn how to be a chart analyst. And so that's why, to that end, I would say if you think that MacD is a hot new hip-hop artist, if you believe that Fibonacci is an Italian restaurant down the street, and if when you hear a chart analyst talk about a wedge, you assume he's discussing cheese, this is the video for you. Now, what is noted here is that out of the information cited in this video, in this particular, from this chart analyst, in this article here, and again, not running through it because that's not what I do in these types of videos, he does state that 63% of the times the patterns cited in this particular article occur, the volume tends to be, the volume trend looks to be increasing 63% of the time, so more on the positive in terms of that. To what level, though? Well, let's just jump down to the conclusion. XRP will likely move up to target 1 in the next couple of days and has a high probability of breaking out to 20.6 cents before the year comes to a close. So that's that individual's opinion, and that's obviously very much for the short term. And I'll tell you, from what I still see today, most analysts seem to still think that we're in a downward trend overall in terms of price action. Now, here's a piece from Daily Hodl. Analyst, a Bitcoin indicator that called 3 massive rallies flashing. So this is interesting also, though. So take a look at this. From a bullish take on Bitcoin's price movements to new adoption for Bitcoin Cash, here's a look at some of the stories breaking in the world of crypto. I'm just going to talk about the price portion here, just right at the top, and then I'm going to move on to the next opinion. All right, so for Bitcoin, and again, the Bitcoin's important, even though it's an XRP-centric channel here, the good old Moon Lambo channel is. It's important to be aware of the Bitcoin price action because it's an undeniable fact of life that XRP, in terms of price action, is following Bitcoin. Like it or not. And we don't like it, but hey, it's not going to stay like that forever. A crypto analyst Scott Milker of Texas West Capital says an indicator that preceded 3 major Bitcoin rallies is now flashing. So listen up. In a series of tweets, Melker says the Stochastic Relative Strength Index is moving higher with the price of Bitcoin posts, while the price of Bitcoin posts lower lows, creating a significant bullish divergence. And here's a quote. The weekly XBT chart confirmed the massive bullish divergence in oversold territory on the stochastic RSI. This is the fourth time that this has happened since the Bitcoin top. The first move price from 6,400 to 9,900. The second preceded the pump from 3,200 to 14,000, and the third predicted the move from 7,400 to 10,400 just weeks ago. What will the fourth one in the sequence do? And so the bigger question, of course, is will history repeat itself? Now, Melker says he'll really begin to feel like a reversal is in the works if the leading cryptocurrency can cross $7,800. And so there you go. All right, next, here's a tweet from DIY Investing. And he wrote this. Yo, you guys should check this out. Awesome XRP analysis from my best friend, High Altitude INV, and I'm sure that's investing, of course, right? And so he went ahead and tagged me along with a few others, and it was a retweet of this from this tweet from High Altitude INV, and so I did want to share this with you. This looks interesting. Bitcoin XRP comparison, and he has this on TradingView. So XRP is looking like Bitcoin did in 2018, pure fear and capitulation. This is the most realistic view I can see, not overly bullish and not overly bearish. Accumulation should be nice and long, stay profitable. And here's the chart. So I will pull this up, and on the top here, this is the XRP/USD chart, and then the bottom one is Bitcoin/USD, just comparing the two, the patterns, they're right on your screen here. And so, indication being, of course, again, he said, not necessarily bullish or bearish, not overly anyway, but seems to think it's reasonable for accumulation right there. All right, next, here's a tweet. Now, here's the biggest one that I really wanted to share with you in this video, to be honest with you. And this is from Magic, who has over 69,000 followers on TradingView. So, massive following. And here's what he wrote. XRP is printing what appears to be a bear flag breakdown, which targets the bottom of a larger falling wedge on the daily around 15 cents. The only problem is a bullish divergence and Bitcoin above critical support. If Bitcoin loses the support again, XRP should hit the near 15-cent target. And Magic has been talking about the probability of this potentially happening for what seems like maybe, I don't know if it's been 2 or 3 weeks, something along those lines, I want to say. And it never indicated necessarily that it would, but this is the closest we've come to that potential outcome from what I've seen from Magic. That's just my own interpretation of what I believe I've seen from him. And then down here, somebody named Tom O'Sullivan just wrote within the last hour, Bitcoin just dropped below the support level. Hopefully it's just a blip and comes back up. But if it's not, then if Magic is correct here, XRP going down to 15 cents. So it doesn't mean that it's going to happen. And again, like I say, technical analysis, it's really not, or at least shouldn't be about explicit predictions. It's really just more so about probabilities, and that's how I always see Magic treating this. So to me, it makes all the sense in the world. All right, now here's two tweets really. So there was a tweet from Josh Rager, and he's got a massive following. Also, he's got over 60,000 Twitter followers, but notable chart analyst. He always gets covered in crypto media for a reason. And so there's a tweet that I actually covered in a video yesterday, and I'll read it. It's real short, one more time, but because he retweeted this. So here's the tweet from yesterday. People flip from $3,000 targets to $10,000 targets in less than 48 hours. Keep it simple. Trade it level by level, as everything else is just short-term speculation. And so he retweeted it today, and here's what he wrote. Back at sub 6,400 targets in less than 36 hours. Emotions play such a major role in trading and investing. Check out the new podcast episode of Psychology Within the Crypto Market. Hopefully it brings value for your trading and investing. And I haven't checked that out, but I think I'm going to. I've got some driving to do. And so I always like to listen to crypto-related stuff when I'm doing that. So that's his opinion on that. There is another tweet now from him. And I just found this fascinating. Take a look at this. As amazing as these stock returns are, and what he's referencing is something that I also had mentioned previously. There's a tweet from John Ehrlichman about stock returns over the past decade, with Netflix being at the top at 4,177%. And then there's Amazon, MasterCard, Apple, even McDonald's. There's a bunch on the list right there with just monstrous gains. So anyway, here's what he wrote, though, in retweeting that. Josh Rager wrote, as amazing as these stock returns are, there is a potential opportunity to have similar gains with Bitcoin even at its current price, 7,000s. Potential 1,000+% returns, not only over the coming decade, in the next few years, if we see Bitcoin hit between $75,000 to $100,000 plus, one can hope. And so that's his opinion on that particular piece. But anyway, that's it for this video. You can tell me what you think below. What direction do you think we're heading? I don't make predictions. I'm not going to pretend to know. I'm a fundamentals guy. I'm here for the long haul. As long as I continue to see XRP being adopted, I'm going to be bullish as ever. But negative price action does not emotionally affect me. And part of that is also, though, because I only invest when I'm willing to lose, and in case I'm actually wrong. But I am Mr. XRP Bull, and I want to say I do not believe for a moment I'm wrong. I could not be more optimistic. I'm much more certain now than I am when I entered the world of crypto 2 years ago. Not just because I know a lot more, but even if I knew the same stuff or knew what was available in 2 years ago, like, there's just been so much more development, and it's clear that real world adoption is a thing, and business entities want to use XRP and need it to conduct these new business models they have. So for me, it's all about the long term, and I'm happy to wait it out. I don't care how long it takes. I will be more patient than anyone else on the planet. So anyway, that's it for this video, though. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything, because if anything I say or write, that would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!